You drift now, far beyond the edges of the sky you once knew, held in the hush of a gentle twilight that never fades, only softens. There is no direction here, no need for orientation, only a slow, tender float through the hush of a realm woven from stillness and light. Around you, the air is silk thin, almost not air at all, but something softer, something kinder. It wraps around you like a thought, barely remembered, warm and formless. Each breath is a quiet rhythm, gentle as the rise and fall of a calm sea. A sea that sleeps beneath a sky made of dreams. You move without moving, gliding toward something that doesn't call to you, yet welcomes you all the same. Before you, a quiet sanctuary begins to take shape, a place suspended in the endless hush, resting on nothing, built of nothing solid, just woven mist and ancient calm. It's a floating garden, adrift on an invisible breeze. The pathways are soft beneath your feet, made of something that resembles pale moss, glowing faintly with a cool light, the kind that glimmers beneath moonlit snow. You follow these paths, slowly, unhurried, your pace set not by purpose, but by peace. Around you, tall trees with leaves like falling feathers stretch gently upward, not to reach anything, but simply to be. Their branches sway, not from wind, but from memory, the memory of breezes long past, of lullabies sung by clouds. Every leaf glows faintly, like a distant lantern in fog. Their light is not to see by, but to feel. You continue through the garden, and your feet leave the ground without your asking. It feels as though the very air is carrying you now, lifting you ever so slightly, gently, carefully. You float among low-hanging blossoms shaped like stars, their petals unfurling in slow motion as you pass. They do not open for you, but they do not close either. They simply bloom, endlessly, for the joy of blooming. Far below, a still lake mirrors the sky, though there is no difference between water and sky here. Both are woven from the same soft silver. A few soft rings ripple out across the water's surface, not from any movement, but as though the lake is breathing with you. You drift downward again, returning to the garden floor, your body heavier now in the most comforting way, like a blanket draped over a resting form. You pause near a curved stone bench carved from soft white crystal. The surface is warm to the touch, as though it has gathered light for centuries and stored it just for this moment. You sit, or rather, you rest, your body folding into the curve of the stone like it was made for you, and perhaps it was. The moment you surrender your weight to it, your breath deepens, naturally, peacefully. Your shoulders melt downward, your neck releases, your jaw unhinges softly. Your eyelids grow heavy, not from tiredness, but from the sheer stillness in the air. Above, the sky is beginning to shift, not to darken, not to brighten, just to shimmer. Hushed waves of color drift across it, hues that have no names, only feelings. A slow-moving veil of lavender, a sigh of cool gold, the faint hush of cerulean blue. They pass across the sky like thoughts across the mind at rest, noticed, then gone, and beneath it all you continue to breathe, slowly, softly, as if the world itself is breathing with you. There is no need to understand where you are now. There is no next step, no destination waiting. There is only this gentle presence, this ease. You are not in a story. You are in a moment stretched across eternity, and it holds you effortlessly. You remain in the quiet cradle of the floating garden, where time, like everything else, has slowed to a hush. Even thoughts come softer now, like petals falling onto water, dissolving before they land. There is no need to reach for anything. Everything is already here, in this breath, in this gentle stillness that cradles your senses. The sky above you begins to ripple with delicate threads of pearl white light, almost as if someone far away were weaving dreams through the air. The shimmer moves slowly, almost imperceptibly, brushing across your skin like cool silk. You notice how the quiet deepens as it settles. There is no silence here, but rather a sound too peaceful to name, like the memory of a lullaby or the soft rhythm of distant wings. You feel it before you see it. A soft current beneath your resting form, an invitation not spoken, only known. You rise again, effortlessly, as if lifted by the thought of floating. The sanctuary garden begins to drift away below you, not receding, but becoming part of the cloud-like mist that surrounds you now. You are weightless again, as if you've become part of the air itself. And soon, you find yourself floating through a place made of sky. This sky is unlike the one you've known, not vast or open, but close and comforting. A sky that holds you like the hush of a long, forgotten dream. Around you, soft orbs of light drift lazily like tiny lanterns with no flame. They float in slow spirals, pulsing with colorless color, warm to the gaze, cool to the spirit. You pass through them without resistance. Each one sends a gentle ripple through your breath, a soft reminder to release, to rest, to let go even further. There is nothing to hold on to here. Even your thoughts feel like leaves now, drifting, untethered. Soon, you begin to descend, though the word doesn't quite fit. You're simply settling, like dew onto morning grass. The sky folds into a new shape beneath you, becoming a vast, undulating meadow of softness. Not of grass, but something feather-light, a pale, luminescent field that glows with moon-colored warmth. It stretches beyond sight, and yet somehow feels enclosed, safe, like the inside of a deep exhale. You lower onto it gently. It receives you completely, shaping itself around you with perfect ease. The surface is cool and warm at once, like skin warmed by candlelight. You lie back, your spine releasing, limbs growing heavy with comfort. Beneath you, the earth, or whatever this is, breathes with you, a slow, steady rhythm, in and out, in and out. Above, the sky's a soft blur of color, velvety mauves and gentle silvers shifting like clouds of thought, never fully forming, never needing to. The stars here do not twinkle, but glow in long, slow pulses, like they are sleeping too, watching over you in their rest. Everything is soft now. Your breath is slow. Your body is quiet. Your thoughts are far, like ships anchored beyond a horizon that no longer matters. You feel yourself dissolving gently into the fabric of this place, not vanishing, but merging, becoming part of the stillness, the softness, the dream. And in this moment, which could be now or always, you are held. Nothing is needed. Nothing is missing. You are here, and here is everything. Let the stillness carry you. Let the silence sing you to sleep. The meadow of silver light cradles you still, a bed of sky-woven softness that breathes beneath you. And now, as your presence becomes quieter than thought, the horizon begins to glow, not with light, but with feeling, a warm awareness gently unfolding. You feel yourself rising again, not upward nor forward, but inward, as if floating deeper into yourself, through layers of breath, through layers of calm. Each inhale is a feather, each exhale a falling star. Around you, the meadow begins to shimmer, its glowing strands turning to threads of memory, of quiet joy. of something deeply familiar yet unnamed. The field begins to lift, not with urgency, but with ease, carrying you across a dreamscape shaped entirely by peace. Soon, you arrive at a glade suspended in time. It's a tranquil sanctuary of light and shadow where the air is thick with the scent of lavender and something like snowfall, even though no snow falls here. A circular pool lies at its center, its surface still as glass, reflecting not just what is above, but what is within. You drift closer, and as you do, the surface shimmers, responding to your presence with ripples of soft color, pale blues, deep indigos, a gentle hue like quiet gold. You kneel beside it, effortlessly, and look in, not to see your reflection, but to feel it, the quiet center of your being mirrored in the water's heart. There is no edge here, no end, only continuation. The breeze moves like breath. The leaves overhead stir with silent affection. The stars have followed you, and now they hang low, close enough to touch, suspended like small lullabies written in light. The pool begins to hum, a resonance you feel more than hear, like a lullaby sung not to your ears, but to your soul. It speaks not in words, but in warmth. It tells you, you are safe, you are loved, you are home. And so you close your eyes, or perhaps your eyes were never open. The glade, the sky, the stars, the water all begin to fade, not disappearing, but blending into the folds of your breath, into the hush of your heartbeat, into the dream you now carry within. Everything drifts, everything rests, and you sleep deep and still, wrapped in softness that has no name. The story, like a tide, retreats, but only for now. The meadow of silver light cradles you still, a bed of sky-woven softness that breathes beneath you. And now, as your presence becomes quieter than thought, the horizon begins to glow, not with light, but with feeling, a warm awareness gently unfolding. You feel yourself rising again, not upward nor forward, but inward, as if floating deeper into yourself, through layers of breath, through layers of calm. Each inhale is a feather, each exhale a falling star. Around you, the meadow begins to shimmer, its glowing strands turning to threads of memory, of quiet joy, of something deeply familiar yet unnamed. The field begins to lift, not with urgency, but with ease, carrying you across a dreamscape shaped entirely by peace. Soon, you arrive at a glade suspended in time. It's a tranquil sanctuary of light and shadow where the air is thick with the scent of lavender and something like snowfall, even though no snow falls here. A circular pool lies at its center, its surface still as glass, reflecting not just what is above, but what is within. You drift closer, and as you do, the surface shimmers, responding to your presence with ripples of soft color, pale blues, deep indigos, a gentle hue like quiet gold. You kneel beside it, effortlessly, and look in, not to see your reflection, but to feel it, the quiet center of your being mirrored in the water's heart. There is no edge here, no end, only continuation. The breeze moves like breath. The leaves overhead stir with silent affection. The stars have followed you, and now they hang low, close enough to touch, suspended like small lullabies written in light. The pool begins to hum, a resonance you feel more than hear, like a lullaby sung not to your ears, but to your soul. It speaks not in words, but in warmth. It tells you, you are safe, you are loved, you are home. And so you close your eyes, or perhaps your eyes were never open. The glade, the sky, the stars, the water all begin to fade, not disappearing, but blending into the folds of your breath, into the hush of your heartbeat, into the dream you now carry within. Everything drifts, everything rests, and you sleep deep and still, wrapped in softness that has no name. The story, like a tide, retreats, but only for now. The meadow of silver light cradles you still, a bed of sky woven. Of course, let us begin again, as softly as a sigh, in the stillness of twilight. You are floating now, not in water or air, but in something lighter, something slower. A cradle of hush, a drift of velvet dusk. There is no need to move. The world gently moves around you, with you, within you, as if the dream itself is breathing you. Beneath you stretches a field of moonflowers, vast and luminous, each petal faintly glowing with a light that pulses like a heartbeat. The blossoms sway in a rhythm softer than sound, their silken edges brushing against one another with the gentlest whisper. They glow not from the sun or stars, but from some ancient, quiet joy woven into the roots of the earth. The sky above is soft indigo, turning deeper with each breath you take, like ink flowing slowly across parchment. Wisps of starlight meander through it, not in constellations, but in drifting, wandering trails, as though the stars themselves are sleepwalking across the heavens. A hush wraps the sky, deep and endless, filled with the unspoken language of peace. You are not standing. You are not walking. You are simply being gently carried by the current of this dreamscape. Every movement you make, if you make any at all, feels like floating through a thought before it becomes form. And ahead, not far, there's a soft rise in the field, a gentle hill draped in silver moss and bluebell mist. At its peak sits a single tree, ancient and delicate, its leaves like glass, like lace, like light caught in a memory. The branches stretch outward with a patience known only to things that have never rushed. You find yourself at the base of this hill. The climb is effortless, like walking upward through a sigh. The earth yields beneath your steps, not with weakness, but with grace, supporting you, accepting you, carrying you. When you reach the top, the world expands in stillness. Below, the field of moonflowers sways as one, a sea of glowing breath. The stars above mirror them in their gentle motion, a soft reflection in the sky. And here, beneath this glowing tree, the hush wraps fully around you, like a dream embracing its dreamer. The tree leans slightly, just enough to form a perfect curve where you may rest. You lie back. The bark is smooth and cool and filled with a quiet rhythm, as if the tree itself is dreaming beside you. Its leaves shimmer gently overhead, catching the light of a moon that doesn't need to be seen to be known. All around, the air is thick with peace, not heavy, but full, like the feeling of falling asleep while being cradled in a lullaby. There is nothing to think, nothing to do, only this endless moment, drifting, floating, breathing with the stars. And here, beneath the dreaming tree, with the moonflowers glowing below and the hush holding you close, you drift, not down, not away, but deeper into the quiet where dreams begin to dream themselves. You are not leaving the story. You are the story. And the story simply continues. The hush deepens, like a soft tide rising through a gentle breath, folding around you like warm mist at the edge of sleep. The dreaming tree beneath you hums with a rhythm quieter than time, its energy a soft shimmer beneath your spine. There is no edge to this stillness, no beginning or end, only the continuation of calm, flowing like moonlight over the surface of still water. As you rest beneath the tree's arcing limbs, a faint current of cool, lavender-scented air begins to wind its way around you. It carries with it the memory of a distant sanctuary, a place not known by direction, but by feeling, a place of deep blue shadows and silver-touched light. And without effort, without thought, you are carried toward it. You drift like a feather through a night made of velvet. Time no longer moves forward, but folds softly inward. You are not pulled. You are not pushed. You are simply guided by stillness, by softness, by the slow, steady rhythm of the dream. Soon the landscape shifts. The moonflowers grow sparser now, their glow dimming to a whisper. In their place, low, rolling meadows stretch out, dappled in pools of silver light. The grass here is impossibly soft, like strands of light spun into thread, and every blade seems to hum as you pass. Beneath your feet, the earth doesn't press back. It cradles. You walk, or perhaps float, through this tranquil plain, the silence wrapping around you like a favorite memory returning home. Far ahead, just visible through the silver haze, a gentle structure rises, not made, but grown from the land itself. An ancient temple, curved and soft at the edges, carved from translucent stone that glows faintly with a blue-white light. It seems less like a building and more like a resting thought, waiting patiently in the stillness. You step closer. The temple welcomes you, not with grand entrances or sound, but with warmth, a feeling of being seen by something that asks nothing of you. The doorway is open, framed by long vines that move like water in slow motion, their leaves sighing in harmony with the breath of the night. Inside, the space expands. It is not large, yet it contains everything. The air is cool and weightless. The floor, smooth as river stone. The walls shimmer softly, not reflecting light but remembering it. A memory of dawns and dusks long faded, still resting gently in their surface. You move toward a shallow pool in the center of the room, a mirror of liquid starlight. It pulses faintly, responding to your nearness. As you gaze into it, your reflection is not quite your own. Softer, quieter, more dream than form. You sit beside it, knees drawn close, and feel the slow rhythm of the temple heartbeat surrounding you, a lullaby made of space and silence. And there you stay, just breathing, just being. Your eyelids grow heavier in this dream within a dream, your body lighter, as if it might dissolve into the air at any moment, not with disappearance, but with return, as if the very fabric of your spirit belongs here. Soft sounds echo through the space, tones that are not quite music, not quite silence, a low hum, a whisper of bells, the distant, endless sigh of clouds moving through time. Here there is no waiting, there is no arriving, only this breath, this softness, this endless peace curling around you like a drifting veil of stars. You rest now, weightless, endless, still, with the quiet temple holding you like dusk holds the last warmth of day. And in this place, the dream continues, slowly, calmly, without end. You are still in the hush of the starlit temple, where nothing moves quickly and nothing needs to be named. Time flows in circles here, or maybe not at all. It lingers in soft spirals, in the hush between breaths. The air, weightless and cool, has the texture of silk steeped in moonlight. You feel yourself floating within it, not as a visitor, but as something that belongs, like mist upon a mirror or light resting on a leaf. The pool before you remains still, the liquid surface glimmering faintly with silver hues that shift like memories. There is no reflection now, only a soft glow pulsing with the slow rhythm of peace. And as you remain seated there, your body loose and serene, a quiet path begins to form, not outside you, but within. It opens not with a sound, but a sensation. A feeling like a door made of breath, opening on the other side of thought. You follow without rising, without moving your limbs, guided not by emotion, but by presence. The temple dissolves around you, not in pieces, but in layers, like silk falling gently from your shoulders. Now you are gliding through a pale forest, trees tall and still, their branches like lace against a night sky. The leaves above are translucent, catching the faint glimmer of unseen stars. The air hums with the sound of distant waterfalls, though no rushing water meets your eyes. Only the gentle suggestion of motion, the faint coolness against your cheeks, the soft scent of distant rain. With each breath, the forest deepens. The path underfoot is made of moss, thick and yielding, like stepping across a field of low clouds. It muffles all sound, encourages every part of you to soften, to sink. Your shoulders release. Your hands are warm and open at your sides. Your jaw unclenches, your breath deepens, your heart slows, until you feel as if you've merged with the quiet. And now the trees begin to glow, not brightly, but just enough to shimmer along their edges. Pearly blues, iridescent greens, like moonbeams filtered through crystal. You pass beneath an arch of woven branches, their leaves barely brushing the top of your head like a gentle blessing. On the other side, the forest opens into a soft hollow, a secret glade tucked between worlds. The ground here is carpeted in blue flowers, countless blooms that pulse faintly, in unison, with your breath. You lie down in their midst without hesitation, as though your body already knew it belonged here. The petals are warm beneath you. The scent is soft, like lavender and something older, something familiar in a way that can't be spoken. A memory not of an event, but of a feeling, like safety, like returning, like the first moment of stillness after a long, gentle rain. Above you, the sky is an indigo quilt stretched wide with stars, not twinkling but glowing steadily. Quietly, you gaze up through the lace of branches, your thoughts now slowed to a hush. No questions, no plans, only a breath and another and another. A soft wind moves through the clearing, rustling the flowers. They respond not with movement but with light, pulsing a little brighter, like a lullaby being sung without sound. You feel your body growing lighter, as though sleep itself were gently drawing you toward its center. Not pulling, just inviting. And your body answers, softly sinking, breath by breath, into the arms of the dreaming earth. Here, there is nothing left to do, nothing left to hold, only stillness, only the soft rhythm of your breath, and the quiet peace of being fully and gently here. You drift, you rest, you dream, and the story flows on. The blue-flowered glade, cradling your resting form, begins to shimmer as if wrapped in soft, luminous breath. It is not the world that changes, but your awareness of it, expanding like a tide coming in, slow and quiet, washing gently over the contours of sleep. Without moving, you feel yourself lifted, not upward, but inward, not away, but deeper. The petals beneath you remain, yet the forest begins to blur at the edges, like ink drifting through water. The sky above dissolves into a velvet canopy, threaded with gold dust, a hush of stars swaying like lanterns in a warm night breeze. Now you are somewhere new, though the peace has never left. You find yourself on a bridge of mist, Suspended not above land or water, but over memory, gentle waves of light below, shifting in slow, translucent ripples. The bridge has no rails, no end you can see, but there is no fear, no sense of urgency, only softness and breath. Each step you take, though you feel weightless, sends a subtle echo through the air, not sound, but sensation, like the quiet tap of a feather on skin. The mist curls around your ankles like silk, and the lights beneath you glow a little warmer with each moment, responding not to motion, but to stillness. You pause, and the world holds its breath with you. In the silence, a warmth rises in your chest, a gentle pulsing, like the glow of a firefly beneath your ribs. It has no name, it needs none. It is simply a presence, a peaceful pulse of being, soft, real, and whole. As you linger there, suspended between sky and dream, you begin to notice faint shapes in the mist below. Not distinct, not demanding, just silhouettes of long-forgotten places, emotions, moments that once floated through your heart like clouds. They don't call to you. They don't need to be remembered or understood. They are simply resting here, like you. And now the bridge bends gently, curving into a spiral of light, guiding you not forward or back, but inward still. Soon you arrive at a floating sanctuary, an island of cloud and stone, drifting quietly in the vastness of sleep. The floor beneath your feet is smooth and warm, like sunlit marble softened by ages. Pillars rise into the sky, holding nothing, adorned with hanging vines that glow with soft lavender and silver light. There is a fountain in the center, its waters falling upward, spiraling like slow breath returning to the stars. You lie down beside it, the surface below molding perfectly to the contours of your body, as if shaped by your own ease. The air here is thick with stillness, a quiet that is not empty, but full, like the hush of snowfall in a dream. You close your eyes, not to escape, but to sink further in. Every breath draws you deeper, as if the world itself is exhaling through you, whispering its timeless lullaby. The mist swirls gently overhead. The sky is no longer separate from you. You feel as though you've become the sanctuary. Or perhaps you always were. There are no more thoughts now, only a soft, drifting awareness, vast and slow, like a single star gliding through the ocean of night. And here, in this floating space between moments, between memory and dream, you rest, still, software safe. The journey continues. Whenever you wish to drift again, the sanctuary does not vanish, nor does it stay fixed in time. It simply becomes the breath you take, the gentle rhythm of your resting pulse. And with that, the stillness gently shifts, like morning mist stirred by the hush of wings. You find yourself now upon a pathway of clouded crystal, suspended in a sky that holds no weight. The colors around you blend and blur. Soft violets, deep rose, pale gold, all moving slowly as though stirred by the currents of a sleeping breeze. Every surface reflects light, but not sharply. Everything glows, as if dreamt into being. The path curves delicately through the sky, coiling through archways of air and drifting blossoms. The air is scented with something you cannot quite name, a touch of honey, a whisper of rain, and something older still, like the memory of quiet joy. You walk not with urgency, but with wonder. Your body feels lighter than air, and your breath matches the rhythm of the floating world, long, slow, easy. With each step, the crystals beneath your feet light up with a pale shimmer, fading as you move forward, leaving no trail behind. Time does not move here, Or perhaps it moves so gently it simply dissolves. To your left, a pool of still sky lies cradled in a bowl of polished stone. Its surface is like glass, unbroken, and within it, stars drift beneath your gaze. Not distant points of light, but close, like petals caught in an invisible tide. You lean near and see no reflection, only a soft invitation to gaze, to be, to rest. A low hum reaches your ears, not a sound, but a vibration. It moves through you like warmth through fabric, curling around your spine, quieting every thought before it even forms. It is the pulse of this skyborn realm, the pulse of the dream. You continue. Soon the path widens, opening into a floating glade of grasses made from light. They bend and sway though there is no wind. Each blade sings a tone too quiet to hear, but you feel it, like notes played on your skin. A thousand soft lullabies composed just for silence. Here, you lie down again, in the heart of this sky glade, letting the luminous grasses cradle you. They welcome your weight as if they knew you would come, as if this place had waited for you without waiting at all. Above, clouds drift by, slow as sleep itself, changing shape with no beginning or end. You watch one become a spiral, another a sea, another a feather, dissolving into the blueness. And slowly, gently, your own thoughts dissolve with them. A hush settles over everything. You are not in the dream now. You are the dream. The light, the air, the stillness between stars. And as you float there, held in an endless embrace of peace, the world begins to fade not into darkness, but into deeper softness. A velvety dusk behind your eyes, a space where thought gives way to breath, and breath gives way to sleep. No place to be, no time to follow, only the quiet bloom of surrender to the hush, to the drift, to the dream. The stillness that held you lingers like a gentle tide, soft, quiet, endless. It becomes the space between your thoughts, the hush between breaths. There is no need to move, no need to stir, but softly, subtly, you feel the world shift once again, not with urgency, but with invitation. The glade of light begins to dissolve, not vanishing, only transforming, like mist folding into air. Beneath you, the soft shimmer of grasses melts into a surface that feels like silk-warm water. And without effort, you find yourself afloat, drifting across a vast, luminous lake that mirrors the hush of the sky above. The water holds you as though you weigh nothing at all. Your body buoyed by stillness, your breath becoming one with the quiet pulse beneath the surface. The lake is lit from within, each ripple casting a glow like moonlight filtered through dreams. Beneath you, soft lights swirl slowly, like memories too gentle to be remembered fully, just feelings and textures of warmth and wonder. The air is cool, yet comforting, kissed by lavender and the faint sweetness of blooming dusk lilies that float lazily on the water's surface. Their petals open slowly, responding not to sun or time, but to stillness, unfolding only when everything around them is at peace. Overhead, soft arcs of silver drift in wide circles across the sky, trails of light with no source, no destination. They move as if painting the silence itself, gliding in slow spirals that soothe the space around them. You don't need to know where the lake begins or ends. It simply is, a place outside of place, without borders or edges. The shore is only a feeling, far off as if it belongs to another moment. Here there is only the slow, slow drift, the gentle cradling of cool waters and warm light. Occasionally, a soft tone rises from the deep, like the chime of a bell submerged in velvet. It fades almost before it forms, leaving only a shimmer in your chest, a small wave of ease that passes through you and back into stillness. Your eyes may be open or gently closed. It makes no difference. The dream remains the same, calm, endless, unfolding with the rhythm of your breath. Each inhale draws in the softness of sky and scent and space. Each exhale releases you deeper into the drift. You are not lost. You are not found. You are simply here, floating in the quiet that exists before sleep, cradled in a lake that was never meant to be crossed, only experienced, only felt. A soft breeze brushes across the surface, not wind, but something more tender, like the memory of someone who once held your hand as you fell asleep. It moves past you, through you, leaving a trail of calm in its wake. And above you, stars begin to form, not as points of light, but as blooming shapes of warmth and glow. They're not far, they're not distant. They seem to lower gently toward the water, as though coming to rest beside you. And here, you remain, buoyant, weightless, timeless, held in a dream that whispers, there is nowhere to go. Only this breath, only this moment, only this soft unfolding, the stillness between stars. And as you float there, held in an endless embrace of peace, the world begins to fade not into darkness, but into deeper softness, a velvety dusk behind your eyes, a space where thought gives way to breath, and breath gives way to sleep. No place to be, no time to follow, only the quiet bloom of surrender to the hush, to the drift, to the dream. The soft lake that holds you doesn't end, but slowly becomes sky. There's no edge where the water meets the air, only a seamless blending of shimmer and hush, as though the world is made entirely of breath and starlight. You are still drifting, but now there is no sense of surface beneath you, no need for direction. The quiet carries you. Each breath is a soft expansion, a letting go. You feel it in your chest, in your fingertips, in the space just behind your eyes. Every part of you is wrapped in stillness. There is nothing to carry, no thought that must be held, only the gentle presence of here. Far above, or perhaps within, you notice slow spirals of light unfolding. Not stars exactly, not constellations, but gentle shapes, like petals opening across the firmament. Each one pulses with a rhythm that matches the rise and fall of your breath. The sky is not distant. It breathes with you, becoming a part of you, as you become part of it. A new sensation begins to rise, as subtle as moonlight touching a leaf. You are being drawn upward, not lifted, not moved, but welcomed, as if the very air around you has opened its arms, inviting you to drift higher into this soft, celestial space. And so you do, without motion, without effort. You begin to float upward through layers of cloud-like light. They pass over you like silk through fingers, cool and feathery, humming faint tones of comfort as you pass. Each layer brings you deeper into stillness, deeper into dream. Soon the glowing lake is a memory, soft and safe behind you. And ahead, endless skies filled with suspended gardens of light. They hang like lanterns in the dark, their branches swaying in slow motion, bearing blossoms made of shimmer and sleep. You drift toward one such garden, not to arrive, but simply to feel its presence. The blossoms respond to you, unfolding lazily as you near. Their scent is like the memory of warmth, like stories told with no words, only feeling. You breathe in. The petals sway. There is a structure here, too, barely formed, gently glowing. A floating temple built not of stone, but of air and thought and the quiet yearning for peace. Its walls breathe with soft color. its arches open like arms in welcome. No sound marks your arrival, no footsteps echo. You simply enter, gliding into the sanctuary of stillness. Inside, the air is thicker, warmer. Every surface is gentle. Pillows of cloud drift by, slow and spiraling. Somewhere, a distant bell chimes once, and the sound folds into the silence like a sigh. You are surrounded by memory, but not of anything specific, just the feeling of being known, being safe, being loved without condition. You lie down, though you never truly moved. The surface beneath you conforms to your body with perfect ease, a cloud shaped by rest, a cradle shaped by breath. You do not have to try, you do not have to let go. Everything is already softening, melting, dissolving. The air around you hums with a lullaby older than time, wordless and deep. You are not sleeping yet, but sleep is no longer far. It circles you, gently, like a soft animal settling in for the night. It knows you. It waits for nothing. It simply surrounds you with its warmth, its hush, its promise. So you lie here, in this sanctuary of stars and silence, suspended between sky and dream, breathing in peace, drifting with the rhythm of stillness. Of course, here is the next and final part of the journey, a soft landing into stillness, a gentle farewell wrapped in dreamlight. You are still within the sanctuary of stars, still cradled in the quiet glow of the sky temple's breath. The air hums with the same deep comfort, soft as a lullaby, with no beginning, no end. Each breath is slow and warm and full. The world has grown dimmer here, not darker, but softer, like dusk wrapped in velvet. The garden lanterns above continue to drift and pulse, like sleepy fireflies in the high sky. Their light no longer calls you forward. There is nowhere left to go. You have already arrived. You are exactly where you are meant to be. The sensation of floating is still with you, but now it's even gentler, almost indistinguishable from rest. You don't need to drift anymore. The air has settled. The sky is still. Everything has become still. Your body, too, is deeply quiet now. So light it might not exist at all. So relaxed it feels like mist. There is no tension in your fingers, your jaw, your spine. Even your thoughts have curled up like small birds folded into their feathers for the night. Around you, the sanctuary begins to dim, not fading, but cocooning, wrapping its gentle light inward, tucking itself in. The arches shimmer, then become translucent. The cloud pillows sigh and settle. The blossoms fold, one by one, into their own petals, like stars going to sleep. You are not alone, but everything is quiet. There is a peace here that does not speak, that does not require understanding. It simply is. It fills the space where thoughts once moved. It holds you. And as the final light lowers, as the dream softens into stillness, your breath continues, slow and silent, like waves far below the surface of the world. This story does not end, but tonight it pauses. It curls beside you like a cat in moonlight and settles into sleep. You are wrapped in sky, held by hush, carried by rest, and now it is time to sleep. No more to hear, no more to do. Just be, just drift, just dream. Good night.